Good morning. It's Friday, the 5th of August. You're watching the Weather Network this morning. Lindsay Morrison and Kim MacDonald here. It's an exciting day. We have lots happening on Fridays, which is always a lot of fun.
Yes.
We have our top 10 videos of the week.
We do.
We're just coming off of our Storm Hunter series. Hopefully you had an opportunity to enjoy that yesterday. I know we certainly did.
Yeah, it was really good.
And it's also Just Ask Friday.
That means you can go to our Facebook page, TWN AM Show. That's our morning show Facebook page, and you can ask us, well, pretty much anything you want, and if we can answer it, we certainly will.
We will, and you know, we often get really great questions about kind of what goes on here behind the scenes, how things work, but you can also ask us questions. Favorite we had last week was, what's your favorite food, what's your favorite music, things like that.
What do you put in your coffee? I got that one. I'm like, are you going to bring me one? No. Yeah, we get all kinds of really great questions, whether it's the smallest or something, you know, weather related, that's good too. We want to hear from you.
All right, so today, Kim, in Atlantic Canada, a little more sun in the Maritimes, but it is going to be windy in Newfoundland.
We've had some rain this morning in Moncton. Yeah, the winds are really going to pick up in Newfoundland as the day goes on. I'll show you why right here. This is the area of low pressure. It is moving northward, and as it does, you're going to be caught in between this high pressure and this low in Newfoundland, and when you're stuck there, it means essentially you're going to be getting the wind, and it's going to be powerful at times. The Burin, the Bonavista, the Avalon, everybody's seeing it. A little more sunshine in the Maritimes today. High pressure over the Great Lakes. Another beautiful day for you. And then across the west, we've been seeing some pretty stormy weather around Lacombe this morning, and Calgary had a call talking about the lightning, and that it was unbelievable. Every second, practically, the lightning was flashing. Nothing like that happening in Atlantic Canada today. Not a bad afternoon. Temperatures in the high teens, low 20s. Not very pleasant for Sydney. You didn't get a lot of rain yesterday, but last night it started to pick up, didn't it? 15 degrees was as warm as you got. It was a cool day in St. John's and drizzly. Rain in your forecast today. Here comes that low. And the rain is going to be pretty significant today and tomorrow. We're going to see close to 60 millimeters in some cases. Western Newfoundland won't be as bad. Corner Brook, Stephenville, you'll be okay. And look at Saturday's forecast. Isn't this lovely for the Maritimes? Look at Sydney, finally in the sunshine, 20 degrees. And there's our rainfall and wind for the weekend. So not very pleasant.
Kim, we mentioned that the top 10 videos of the week is coming up in just a couple of minutes, and what's impressed me about this week is there are so many videos sent in by you, our viewers, but we also like to see your videos when the weather is nice.
We do.
Peggy did just that. She uploaded this video to our website, theweathernetwork.com. People enjoying some kayaking in Toronto.
Oh, yeah, isn't that great? It looks like the winds and the waves were just perfect to have a little fun on Lake Ontario. Looking good. It's going to be nice this afternoon, too.
Yeah, I have a feeling people will be on the water again today.
Yeah, no kidding. And through the weekend, although there is the risk of thunderstorms, so keep that in mind. But not so much today. This is what it looks like right now inside of our studios. Temperatures are in the high teens. We're going to go up into the high 20s for the afternoon again, mid to high 30s for the Humidex. The north will be stormy again potentially and warm. In our long-range forecast, we see the trend continues on the west coast for nice weather. Boy, Vancouver, you've been enjoying a really great week, and you deserve it. The weather has not been great so far this summer, but things seem to have turned around once August set in. Thunderstorm potential again across the prairie. So unsettled weather, especially for Saskatchewan, although we could see some lingering showers in Alberta. Southern areas of Manitoba, northwestern Ontario, late-day Saturday storms are not out of the question. And I know a lot of people around Cottage Country in southern Ontario are wondering about the weather on Saturday. Slight risk of a pop-up thunderstorm. Keep an eye on the sky, but for the most part, you should enjoy a pretty decent day. Your best day of the week in the Maritimes. Beautiful weather. Still unsettled in Newfoundland, though. The west coast seeing the rain, the northern peninsula seeing the rain. The Avalon not as bad on Sunday, and then finally on Monday, things calm down. Sunday and Monday in southern Ontario, again, the risk of a pop-up thunderstorm, but don't write the day off. Showers expected in Montreal and Ottawa, and we've got thunderstorms as well in Manitoba. There's mountainous terrain in Haiti, and that's why Emily really broke up. It lost a lot of its power. And there is a possibility that Emily could re-strengthen as it makes its way towards the Bahamas and the warmer water. But as it stands right now, here's Emily. It's breaking up. It's not even a tropical depression at this point. It's a remnant low. Still significant rain, though, as Lindsay was alluding to, across Haiti and the Dominican. So it's still having an effect. It's not as powerful. And then I'll turn around this way. Eugene, that's in the Pacific, and that is moving out to sea as those systems tend to do. So they go east to west, and that means very little impact on land. As we head into Ontario, we're looking at temperatures right now in the teens. It's not a bad start to the day. Did you have your window open last night? It will be an AC kind of afternoon, however. Temperatures are in the high 20s, and we've got Humidex readings in the low to mid 30s, some cases the high 30s, but a little warmer in the Niagara region. This is for Saturday. Slight risk of pop-up thunderstorms along the lower Great Lakes. Better chance in northwestern Ontario with the passage of a front. And Atlantic Canadians, things are improving for you in the Maritimes, not so much in Newfoundland, where it will be wet and windy this weekend.
It's Friday. Don't you love that?
I
we
do.
We have your national forecast coming up after your next local forecast. And, you know, earlier this year we talked about how Vancouver was having a little bit of a bummer summer, as we called it. Different story now. The sun has been out. Temperatures have been right around where they should be for this time of year.
For a city that has been missing it.
Right. And, you know, it's going to be a similar situation today in parts of southern Ontario. If you can, get outside and enjoy some warm temperature. Good morning. At this point, only hours until the weekend begins. It's Friday, August the 5th. Lindsay Morrison and Kim MacDonald with you. You know, Kim, on a bit of a sad note, it was on this day in 2006, so 5 years ago, that Gull Lake, Manitoba was hit by a tornado. It was a deadly tornado. One woman died and dozens of others were injured at this campground. I remember that storm well. It was my first summer here at the Weather Network. I was working as an intern.
Really, yeah, and you remember stories like that, the big stories that affect Canadians, and especially I've been here for so many years, and they just stay with you, the good and the bad, unfortunately. But yeah, what a day in history. 5 years has flown by since that happened.
It really has, and so worth mentioning, Gull Lake, Manitoba. We're thinking of you today.
Sad anniversary.
Absolutely. But a bit of a different story panning out across the country today, not looking at too much in the way of severe weather, but we could have some very windy conditions over the next couple of days in Newfoundland.
If you're still up in Alberta, I know why. Well, you've had some stormy weather through the overnight. It got started in the very early morning hours, and Lacombe was under a severe thunderstorm warning, mostly because of the lightning. I know there were some heavy downpours. One of our extreme weather team members called our storm line, said that he was awakened by the storm, and the lightning was unbelievable. So that's this little dot right here. We can see it with the satellite shot. So there's those storms that popped up. We're expecting them to die down, however. As far as Atlantic Canada goes, it's going to get worse before it gets better in Newfoundland. We've got this area of low pressure moving in. That's going to bring not only rain, and lots of it, but some pretty significant winds as well. Temperatures 12 degrees this afternoon in St. John, 16 in Sydney. What kind of an August is that? Although temperatures are going to improve. Across the Maritimes, not so bad today, a little bit better than yesterday, even some peaks of sun. There goes the area of low pressure moving in. Yeah, and then it brings all that rain to the eastern shores of Newfoundland. So we're looking at potentially as much as 60 millimeters. But high pressure moves into the Maritime provinces, PEI, Nova Scotia, New Brunswick. If you're out and about, if you're doing the Cabot Trail, finally some sunshine and some warmer weather in Cape Breton. The rest of the Maritimes look pretty lovely come Saturday.
You know, Kim, today is Just Ask Friday, and one of my favorite questions last week was, what is your favorite food? I'll tell you one thing.
Yes.
One of my favorite foods is the food they serve at the Taste of the Danforth. This is a big event taking place in the city of Toronto this weekend. I think I might have to check it out.
Is it baklava? What is it?
Yes, it is, actually.
I knew it had to be a dessert, my goodness. Yeah, some really great food. I love the Taste of the Danforth. There's such a great little atmosphere down here. At the Greek Museum, music, the Greek food, the fact that people are so friendly and just walking in the middle of the street is fantastic.
It's also going to be a bit of a humid weekend. You'll have those details now.
Yeah, it's going to get sticky beginning today. Not so much right now. It's pretty decent. If you had the windows open last night, it wouldn't be so bad. Temperatures this afternoon get into the high 20s, low 30s, and then with the humidex, it's even higher. Look at Windsor at 38. For the north, again, sticky conditions. The threat of thunderstorms, too. We had some yesterday. We could see some more firing up this afternoon. Long-range forecast time the first weekend of August. Let's take a look at what we can expect after this short week for a lot of Canadians. Unsettled weather across the prairies again. Better chance of thunderstorms in Saskatchewan versus Alberta, although Alberta we could see some lingering showers. The BC piece as well, some wet weather, but the coast remains clear. We've got this low that's just south of the lower Great Lakes. It may be enough to throw a thunderstorm your way. Keep an eye, especially if you're along Lake Erie or Lake Ontario. Better chance of showers or thunderstorms there. And then into Quebec, north of Quebec City, some thunderstorms. A beautiful day in the Maritimes. Newfoundland, unsettled both Saturday and Sunday. The winds continue, although they'll ease a little bit Sunday versus Saturday. But yeah, as they say, batten down the hatches. This looks worse than it is over the Great Lakes. It's not going to be that bad, but pop-up thunderstorms are possible, just a little unsettled. Some wet weather moves into Manitoba come Monday. Temperatures after cooling down in the west will rebound a little bit, and it doesn't really clear in Ontario until about Tuesday. Expect some sunshine.
Right.
Okay, we'll begin in St. John's. It's nothing but bad news, it seems. 12 degrees. Trying to keep your chin up. Rain and wind as well, especially the wind picking up tonight into tomorrow. So not very pleasant. This is for this afternoon, 12 degrees, and not really warming up on the weekend. Some sunny breaks in Halifax, 19 degrees. The rain this morning will give way to a mix of sun and clouds in Moncton.